Here we go. Another example. Let's try it. Look at this particular one. It says determine the first term and the common ratio and the general term for the following. Oh, whoa. First things first. Tn is T1 r to the n minus 1. So we got to figure out the first term. Well, wait a second. Well, we don't have the first term here. We've got the second term and the fifth term. I'm wondering, do you remember when we did this with arithmetic, where we said, okay, let that be T2, but we're going to temporarily make it T1? Let's try it again with this one. Let's temporarily make this T1. So if you think about it, I subtracted 1 from this one. That would be temporarily T4 by subtracting 1 again from that number. So look what we got now. We can find out the ratio. This will actually be pretty easy to do. We can say that this T4, which is 1792, equals to T1, that's 28. The ratio is what we're trying to find. And then finally, 4 minus 1. Huh. Yeah, I can find out ratio from that pretty darn easy. Look at this. Divide this by 28, divide this by 28. So I'm going to need my calculator here. There we go. Let's bring it up. I know that this is 1792 divided by 28. Okay, so 1792 divided by 28 gives me 64. So that works out to be 64 equals to r to the 4 minus 1, r cubed. Whoa. I think I'm onto something here. How do we find r now? Simple. Cube root it. Cube root it. Look at that. What is the cube root of 64? Now, some people could figure this out real fast like. Okay, but if you can't, you can always go second. Oh, sorry. Math. My apologies. Math. There's your cube root right there. There it is. Cubed root of 64. Pop it in there, and you'll find out that, in fact, is 4. So your common ratio then is 4. Simple. But what if this wasn't cubed? Because that is a nice number after all. Well, then go to your calculator and use whatever root it takes you to get there. Just root it, and you're fine. So now you got 4. So you can go back to this original question. Let's put our r equals to 4 here. Get rid of all this other nonsense that we did, which is all this stuff here, right? Let's go back and answer the question. We want the first term. So of course, we're at T2 here. What's T1 going to be? Well, remember, this is first term, 28. There's another term, third term, fourth term, and then our fifth term, which was 1792. How do we get to that? Well, if we're at 28, going backwards means dividing by 4. Excellent. So 28 divided by 4 works out to be 7. So our first term was 7. We can even find these terms if we want by multiplying by 4. So, okay, let's do it. Let's bring up our calculator. We'll go 28 times 4, and that's 112, and then times 4 again, which will give us 448. So 112 and 448 are our next terms. And you can prove that we did it right, because if we multiply by 4 again, we should get 1792. So let's try it. Multiply by 4. Sure enough, we get 1792, exactly as predicted. Wow. So we've got some great stuff going here. We know the first term now. First term is 7. We know the common ratio, which was 4. Now let's figure out the general term. No problem. Tn equals to T1 r to the n minus 1. General term is Tn. N, of course, or T1 should be 7. The ratio, of course, will be 4 to the power of n minus 1. That's our general term, and that's what we're sticking with.